It is Saturday, August 5th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Saturday puzzle today, which means our second of two themeless puzzles for the week. Could very well be the most difficult crossword of the week. That's often how Saturday goes. We'll just have to find out. This potentially particularly difficult edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Tom Nemchek, Alan Blunder, Mitchell Turek, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the incredible Horan family. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. They are supporting this channel, keeping the series going. For that, I am incredibly appreciative. And if you would like to become a patron as well, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field underneath the video. There you can find the bonus videos available to patrons, and for benefactors, the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug. So as far as bonus videos go, yesterday the weekly mini puzzle speed solve roundup went up, that weekly video, and I had quite a good time. And then on one of the puzzles, and then did reasonably decently well on the rest, I suppose. Not brilliantly, but improved over the previous week in terms of my times. Let's see. I also have recorded 2 more bonus videos to go up over the next few days. The monthly bonus puzzle from the New York Times and a cryptic crossword that will go up soon. So look forward to those. And let's see. Yes, thank you to everybody who is a patron. I really do appreciate it of any level. It means quite a lot. So thank you to everybody who has signed up for that at any point. And thank you also if you've subscribed to the YouTube channel. Please go ahead and do so if you've been enjoying these videos. That's a big help to the channel as well. And finally, you can join the Daily Solve Discord chat server. There's a link in the description field to that friendly chat community, so do consider checking that out as well. All right, let's get on to the puzzle. This is a Saturday themeless crossword constructed by John Guzzetta, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. Oh, John Guzzetta, about three dozen some puzzles for the New York Times, I think, in that neighborhood. So fairly experienced constructor, and as I say, edited as always by Will Shorts. So let's start solving and see what sort of themeless challenge we have in store for us today. All right, expert with a temper. I don't know. Temper could be something like, tempering steel or something. I'm only saying that because of the question mark pun indicator, but I don't know. It could be like a blacksmith or something. Yeah, maybe. But let's look at the crosses just to see, because, oh, sorry. I got something in my eye, maybe. Jewish mourning period, that's the Shiva. If you sit Shiva for somebody who's died, that's a mourning period. Okay, so it's not blacksmith. A steelsmith, maybe? I'm a bit more inclined to check the crosses on this one now that we have Shiva in there. Let's see. Didn't go all in, say. Eyed rudely. I think that would be ogled, so I think this is wrong. Okay, some Rhine wines. I don't know enough about wines to immediately know what this is suggesting, unfortunately. Follow relentlessly. To dog somebody, to follow them relentlessly. I think that's fairly confident that's correct. One slow on the pickup. I don't know what that is. One slow on the pickup. That's another pun we can see with the question mark there. Blank giraffe, tallest land mammal on Earth. Yeah, don't know that either. You can't tell me what to do. Okay, we'll come back to that. Swimming, biking, running event, informally. A triathlon? Does that give it away in the fact that there are 3 events listed in the description? It seems like it might. This looks like swordsmith. Let's see if that helps. That works with try. What about this one? Adoration of the Kardashians, e.g. I mean, I'm not sure if this is referencing a work. Is that the name of a book or something? Because based on the cells in the grid, it looks like it could be hagiography. No, I guess it isn't. Never mind. I was thinking, is there another because hagiography is sort of, a kind of, I don't know, almost an apologia, or a kind of an uncritical work praising a particular person, or in this case, group of people. Let's see if that, I think this prefix might still be relevant here. Didn't go all in, say. I'm not sure. Some Rhine wines. Okay, well, I don't know. Product of busy bodies. Illegal something, or flying formations, flying V's of, geese in a V shape maybe. Confuse could be to addle someone, to confuse them. So Rieslings, some Rhine wines. That does make sense, because Rieslings are associated with Germany, and that would make sense with the Rhine. So that actually, if it's Rieslings, it would be RIE, wouldn't it? So that sounds plausible to me. I think that's probably correct. So I think this is going to be Hagios something. And then wailed didn't go. Oh, waited, as in waited. Ah, right. I kept thinking of this as, I'm sure I was intended to. I kept thinking of this as something dealing with wagering in a gambling match, but no. Okay, so waded into a pool, didn't go all in. Product of busybodies, idle gossip. There we go. There we go. I don't know why that took me so long. A busybody, someone who sort of pries into people's lives. One slow on the pickup. Still not sure about that. Nor the giraffe. You can't tell me what to do. It's my decision or something. I mean, it's not enough letters. They make compelling suggestions. Compelling suggestions. Someone compels you to do something. I'm not sure. Con could be anti. You're sort of taking the negative position on an issue. Burn. I mean, it could also be con, meaning to con somebody, to defraud them, but I'm not sure. Burn in a way. I'm just seeing if this works. Nation smaller than West Virginia with 6 active volcanoes. Finale. True believers. And might. I don't know, maybe this is wrong. Pallid could be ashy, maybe. You have a pallid visage, sort of ashy visage. Might. You might do something, you may do it. Does that help with this con? Oh, yeah, okay, con could be a scam. There we go, there we go. Burn in a way. Scald. Finale. The coda of a piece of music, for instance. True believers are adherents. There we go. People who adhere to a particular philosophy. Oscar nominee for 1997's Affliction. I actually haven't seen this, but just based purely on the grid fill, I'm thinking Nick Nolte maybe? Does that help me with this? They make compelling suggestions. Challenge before entering a haunted house. Some sort of dare. Oh, Costa Rica here. Right, that makes sense with all the volcanoes. Okay, challenge before entering a haunted house. A sleep dare? I don't know, it doesn't sound like anything. Send packing. Oust? You oust somebody, you send them packing. It's interesting that you being there, though, if that's true. What about this? They're there in the clutch. They're there in the clutch. Oh, a clutch of eggs? I think that's reasonable. My first thought was a clutch in manual transmission vehicle, but that's clearly nothing to do with it. Rule informally. Oh, adherence is spelled with an E. Sorry about that. That looks better. And then that allows this to be correct. A rule would be a regulation. Okay, putting out. Dowsing or something. Could be, I guess you could put out, I was thinking of putting out a fire. I guess you could put a person out of their home, maybe. You could evict them. That doesn't fit either, but I'm just trying to think of other context. Play group could be acts, maybe. You have a group of acts in a play. Big screens, not sure. Blank size, big. Not sure about that either. Nolte is looking reasonable. I still don't know what's going on here, though. grooves. Ruts, you have grooves in a record, for instance, ruts carved into it. Edgar Winter Levin. Ira Levin is a writer. Edgar, I think named for Edgar Allan Poe. I think they're mystery awards, mystery fiction awards. MLB's so-called dead ball. Oh, strangely enough, I have heard of this. I have no clue what it means or what it signifies or the years to which it refers, but I have heard of the dead ball era in baseball, but yeah, don't ask me to tell you a single fact about it. Relating to areas. Zonal, sort of relating to zones, areas, zonal, sounds plausible. Group members who are the most tech savvy. Group members who are the most tech savvy. I'm not sure about that. Iranian sage who inspired Nietzsche. Zoroaster, the namesake of Zoroastrianism, also referred to as Zarathustra, and thus sprach Zarathustra, a famous piece of music used in lots of things, I suppose, but maybe most famously 2001: A Space Odyssey. Help or SOS? Oh, a song. Oh, right. Okay. So Help is the Beatles song. I don't know. I'm not SOS. I'm not exactly sure whose song that is, but I'm sure there's probably actually several songs named SOS. I bet. Yo mama jokes often. One uppers. The point of the sort of yo mama exchange is you go back and forth, one upping each other's sort of joke. So I don't know that I've heard of. I mean, I've heard of the phrase to one up somebody, of course, but I don't know that I've specifically heard of jokes being called one-uppers. I'm not sure if that's a phrase used with jokes or if this is just referring to the general concept of one-upping someone. In any case, it seems like it's probably the answer. Oh no, it's not. It isn't. One-liners. Okay, there we go. I was thinking of the wrong element of Yo Mama jokes, which is also that they're one-liners. They're just a single line. They don't sort of require building a sort of premise. All right, so early dial-up service provider is AOL, America Online. They certainly were that early internet provider. Right away, stat, do it as soon as possible. One aboard the Tiangong space station, Taiwanese. That sounds plausible. That sounds like it could be the name of a Taiwanese space station. Quite stylish. Très chic. From French, of course, yes. I don't know why that took me a sort of pregnant pause there. But anyway, très chic, very, very chic, stylish in French. Group members who are the most tech savvy, alpha nerds? Right, okay, there we go. Yeah, just a sort of slightly tongue-in-cheek phrasing, I suppose. Recipe directive. Not sure. Blank Mubarak, holiday greeting in Islam, Eid Mubarak would be the holiday greeting. And then blank size, megas size? That doesn't make any sense. Why can I not see what this is? The S at the end just looks odd to me. Obviously there's a word that fits here, but I can't think of what it would be that would have an S like that. I'm sure it'll be very clear in retrospect. Part of an eclipse. Part of an eclipse, I'm not sure. Recipe directive, right, I looked at that already. Singer with the 2014 #1 album, 1000 Forms of Fear. Now, I don't know this album, I don't recognize the name, but I'm wondering if it's Sia or just because it's a singer's name that's come up in the New York Times crossword before, it's a kind of, useful collection of letters to put into a crossword grid. And it also works with this. They make compelling suggestions. It's probably plural. It probably ends with an S. Let's see. Does that help me with this? Big screens. Not sure. I'm gonna leave it in for now. I'm gonna take a risk. One of the Allman Brothers. Oh, right. I never really got particularly into the Allman Brothers, but there was what? Greg Allman and Dwayne Allman? Allman, I think. Dwayne Allman. That sounds right. I think that's right. The thing is, there are a few ways to spell Dwayne. Actually, I think when you spell it this way, it usually has an E on the end. So maybe it is this. I don't know. I better check the crosses. Golfer Palmer to fans. I have heard of Arnold Palmer, who I think is known as Arnie familiarly. Blank York. Nuevo York? You do hear New York being referred to that way sometimes. Is it Nuevo or Nueva? Ooh, not sure. I don't know if this is the answer, but I have heard that being used by Spanish speakers. Let's see. Caffeine for one, a drug. Everglades predator could be an egret, maybe? A wading bird? Seems reasonably plausible to me. Eatery with a 1950s vibe, say. Some sort of diner. Diners are a very sort of 1950s kind of symbol, I suppose. Actor Shepherd of Zathura, a space adventure. Never heard of this. Not sure. Belittling. Major Bear. Oh, Ursa Major, the constellation. So Ursa Minor, Ursa Major, and then we're just using a bit of a pun here to allude to that, so the question mark there. Okay, Disco Stu, the Simpsons character. I do recognize that name. Maryland athlete familiarly. Right, this comes up every once in a while. Terp, which, as I think I learned from a commenter on these videos, is a contraction of terrapin, I think. And that is the sort of, I don't know, mascot or name for the athletes of this university. Okay, letter after I. Do I have something wrong here? Flight unit. Step? What am I doing wrong here? Maybe this isn't Taiwanese. I mean, it did strike me as slightly surprising if Taiwan would have had its own space station, but I just figured, well, it looks like it fits. I don't know. Let's see. What else? Letter after I. Professor in the Potterverse. One aboard the Tiangong space station. I'm really curious about this now. Flight unit. Oh, a flight of stairs. A step. Ah, okay, sorry. And this is Kappa. I don't know why that was so difficult. I just wasn't thinking of the right form of flight, but it's a flight of stairs. Okay. Oh, Snape is someone I've heard of from Harry Potter. So that must be the answer here. And then one aboard the Tiangong space station. I really want to know what this is. Recipe directive. Chop. You could chop something as part of a recipe directive. Part of an eclipse. I'm sure I know this, but I can't think of what it is. Blank Kedrova, Oscar-winning actress for Zorba the Greek. Oh, I'm not sure offhand. Defensive motions. Not parries. Probably ends with an S. I guess it could end with an A. Probably ends with an S. Does that help with this? They make compelling suggestions. Oh, hypnotists. So what is this? Adoration of the Kardashians, e.g. It's not hagiography. I mean, it's clearly on the right track. I'm on the right linguistic track here, but I'm on the right route. I'm just not sure what the word is. One slow on the pickup. Oh, no, never mind. Thinking sloth, that doesn't fit, obviously. Blank giraffe, not sure. You can't tell me what to do. It's for me, it's hagiometry? T sounds good here. It does. Just not sure what the rest of it is. Barnyard sound could be anything. Moo, maybe. One slow on the pickup. Oh, you know what? The word slobs came into my head a few times before, but I couldn't think of any reason why it would be correct. But no, it is correct. It's because you're slow to pick things up. You're a slob. You leave things lying around. Okay. Oh, hagiolatry? As in idolatry, maybe? Adoration of the Kardashians. Hagiolatry. That must be it. That must be a form of this word that I just haven't encountered, or if I have, it was not often enough for it to sink into my brain. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm starting to think this is correct. You can't tell me what to do. And the its looks good. This, I don't know. Barnyard sound. Oh, yeah, I don't know what. Now that I have that B from slob, though, I'm not really sure what this is. Oh, ba, of course. Right, sorry. Sheep's sound. You can't tell me what to do. It's a free country, as people sometimes say. Okay, there we go. So if you dare, yes, challenge before entering a haunted house is if you dare. And then the Maasai giraffe. Okay, fair enough. I didn't know that. Sitting near the confluence of the Colorado and Gila, I guess, rivers. Yuma, that must be it. And then I think, yeah, never mind. It reminded me of something from Blood Meridian, which is the Cormac McCarthy book I just read, which was unbelievably brutal. But anyway, we'll go into that. Putting out is emitting, as in putting out a broadcast or information or something. Big screens are. Why do I not see what this is? Oh, Texas-sized, big. No wonder I didn't get this. I guess I've heard I've certainly heard people say things like everything's bigger in Texas, but Texas-sized, sure. I don't know that I've specifically heard that, but I get it, obviously. All right, big screens. Oh, tax audit, or tax audits, plural. Right, okay. So a big sort of, the screen is the bit that, I get it. It's sort of you screen somebody's finances, I suppose. It's not the way I would usually use that, but yes, I understand the clue. It's another little pun there. There we go. Big screens, tax audits. Okay, so what does the eatery with the 1950s vibe say? A retro diner, of course. Sorry. All right, belittling is derogative. Yeah, there we go. You're being belittling to somebody. You're being derogative towards them. You're sort of diminishing them. Yeah, okay, this is Nuevo York. And then peacock or eye in broadcasting. Each of those is a logo. Of course, this is an or clue. So you might have been tempted to put an S in here because there are two examples, but we're only referring to either one of them. So just a single logo. The peacock being the logo of NBC, and then the eye being the logo of CBS. Those are two of the major broadcast networks in the United States. Okay, Senators Organization. Well, this will be a sports team, so I guess NFL or NHL. I think those are the only two that would work. So hockey or football. Pulse could be something pulses, it throbs. So it's NHL, National Hockey League. Luxury Vantage Point could be a sky box seat. So you could have, so here's Nueva York, by the way. So exactly as it says, a sort of luxury vantage point from which you could watch a match, maybe in your sky box seat. Oh, and we didn't look at all of the answers here. Oh no, eek. So cry of dismay or fear, perhaps. And then, taikonaut. Interesting. Okay, I'm not familiar with this word. It must be sort of, in the sense that cosmonaut is a word particular to, a particular language. Taikonaut. Interesting. Is that Chinese? I mean, it certainly looks that way. Which is why I thought Taiwan originally as well, because of the Chinese language. Okay, part of an eclipse. Oh, a halo. Right, a halo effect formed by an eclipse. And then, I don't know, Lila, maybe, Kadrova. Looks more like an L works here. Yes, defensive motions could be pleas. So defending yourself in court would be a plea, a defensive motion. Okay. And then this is indeed an L. So there we go. I think this was in theory, more approachable Saturday puzzle than I made it. I think I got hung up more often than I needed to, but that's often just how it goes, solving the crossword. So no worries, really. But here we go. Some very clever, punny clues today. Expert with a temper, a swordsmith, the adoration of the Kardashians, hagiolatry, and a nice extra word that builds on the hagio root, dealing with sort of, as it says in a way, adoration or worship or kind of uncritical kind of review. Let's see. What other sort of interesting puns did we have? Oh, this was good. This wasn't a pun, but it was some misdirection. Help or SOS. Obviously, they're both cries of distress, but not in this case specifically what we were referring to. Major Bear, Ursa. That was a good one. Big screens. Less thrilled with this. I don't know. I guess the idea of an audit, a tax audit being a screen, I understand it. It feels slightly less tight than some of the others in this clue, in this puzzle, I should say. This is very good. One slow on the pickup. Slob. That misdirected me for quite a long time. Even when I had the answer in my mind early on, I didn't quite match it up immediately. Anyway, there we go. A fun puzzle, and a nice themeless Saturday crossword. And I don't have time, unfortunately, at the moment for clues from yesterday's puzzle. Hopefully I'll have time for that tomorrow. Although actually, now that I think about it, I probably won't, given my schedule tomorrow and it being the extra large Saturday jumbo grid. But we'll see. Depends how fast it solves. And that's that for the Saturday crossword, the Saturday video. Hope you enjoyed it. I will be back, regardless, tomorrow for the big jumbo Sunday grid. So I do hope you join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.